Right now at 6, how safe is your vote?
We feel like we have taken all the proper precautions.
Tonight, stopping the threat and protecting your ballot.
Plus,
one of the fundamental responsibilities of the federal government is to secure the border.
But is there a better way to do it than with troops? Nebraska Senator Ben Sasse weighs in.
And what allegedly happened in this high school parking lot that may have killed a 17-year-old.
Much cooler today, and there's more cool and wet weather in my weekend forecast ahead.
Live from 7 Burlington Station, this is Omaha's news leader. KETV News Watch 7 at 6.
The state's election security system is secure from everything except the highest, most sophisticated level of attack.
That's the word from Nebraska's Secretary of State. And with the midterm election just 3 days away now, KETV News Watch 7's Andrew Ozaki investigates what safeguards the state has to ensure your vote counts and the election is fair and accurate.
Nebraska voters should have confidence in the election system when they go to the polls, according to Secretary of State John Gale.
We feel like we have taken all the proper precautions.
He says the 2016 election was a wake-up call nationally.
Foreign actors intentionally trying to corrupt our election database or our election results.
He says the state has worked closely with the Department of Homeland Security, assessing vulnerable areas and setting up an alert system for the state and its election equipment vendors.
So that we can implement any additional firewalls or defenses that we need to implement.
It also used $3.5 million in federal funds to implement another layer of protection for its voter registration database in all of Nebraska's 93 counties, a system that's also backed up.
We feel very confident that we're secure against anything but there may be the highest, most sophisticated level of attack.
And its biggest defense, Nebraska uses paper ballots, so the unofficial results counties send in on election night have a paper trail.
It's the ultimate security against any kind of electronic interruption or interference or corruption.
Nebraska is not a huge target for attack because it's not considered a swing state in national politics. But Gale says they take security very seriously.
So voters know we're doing our best to protect the integrity of the election process.
In Lincoln, Andrew Ozaki, KETV News Watch 7.
Well, Gale says he does not know how many times hackers have tried to enter the voter registration system.
But none of them have been successful.
So how safe are Iowa's election computers? Well, experts say they're as safe as they can be, given the fact they're under attack thousands of times an hour. This is the Cybersecurity War Room in Des Moines. It's a secure facility where experts track those threats day and night.
How do I know my vote counts? How do I know it's safe? How do I know somebody's not hacking? And what we like to tell people, and the truth and the whole honesty is, we all vote on paper.
For the first time ever, the state will audit a sample of returns in every county to make sure the count is accurate.
Tonight at 7, we're taking an in-depth look at the safety of your vote. It's a question we've been asking and investigating for months. Be sure to join us for our half-hour Commitment 2018 Election Security Special, Protecting Your Vote.
The Douglas County attorney calls it a tragic incident. Don Klein says his office will file no charges in this man's death earlier this week. Investigators say 31-year-old James Middlebrook was involved in a domestic disturbance at the Sonesta Suites at 69th and Dodge. Police say during a fight there was a struggle over a gun and it went off, hitting and killing Middlebrook.
News since 5, KETV News Watch 7 Crime Stoppers. Omaha police just out with video of a woman who may be linked to a series of car break-ins. Investigators believe 3 separate videos show the same woman. She's seen checking vehicle doors at the Genesis Health Club near 77th and Cass, Northern Natural Gas at 103rd and Pacific, and parking lots near the Henry Dorley Zoo. If she looks familiar, Crime Stoppers will pay a reward of up to $1,000 for a tip that leads to an arrest.
New here at 6, we're learning more about this high-speed crash 3 weeks ago that killed George Gervas, a junior at Elkhorn High School.
Court documents reveal he and a friend bought alcohol the night before in the parking lot of the high school. KETV News Watch 7's Michelle Bandora is live with the latest on the investigation.
Alexandra and David, we've learned the police investigation is centering around the source of the alcohol they say played a role in the death of the Elkhorn teenager. They want to know who gave it to him. High energy, high speed. That's how police described the crash that killed George Gervais October 12th. Investigators say the 17-year-old was going so fast, he sheared off a wooden power pole and medium-sized pine tree. Court documents show when they moved the teen's body, there was a strong smell of alcohol. Records also reveal one of Gervais's friends told police the night before he died, they met 3 other Elkhorn High School students in the school parking lot. The friend says the teens know someone at a gas station who sells them alcohol. They, in turn, sell the liquor to other students. Surveillance video from the high school shows the alcohol exchange just before midnight, October 11th.
We're just trying to convey that's obviously it's illegal, it's unacceptable.
Chris Wagner with Project Extra Mile says underage drinking continues to be a problem, along with adults and businesses giving or selling booze to minors. They've started a campaign. It's just that simple. Don't sell alcohol to minors.
Looking for the source of alcohol in those incidents that involve youth is an important first step, but also following through on those, those legal consequences, ensuring that we treat all parties, adults included, we hold them accountable for those actions is important.
We reached out to Elkhorn Public Schools and received this statement. As we grieve the loss of George, we've been able to assist local law enforcement given the 24-hour video monitoring of our parking lots. We continue to run and monitor those cameras in an effort to deter any further activities. Well, and as the police investigation continues, detectives continue to comb through social media and text messages of those students to find other possible alcohol incidents, as well as the source of the alcohol. Now, it is a felony to give booze to a minor that results in a serious injury or death. Now, no one has been arrested or charged in the death of George Gervais. Back to you, Alexandra.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Friends and family are still grieving the loss of 17-year-old Blake McCune, but today they celebrated the life he lived. A fire truck sits in the packed parking lot at Water's Edge Church at 196th and Harrison. McCune's parents told us Blake had planned to become a firefighter. Before the service, we talked with his youth pastor, who said Blake loved going on mission trips.
Blake had a lot of friends. He had a lot of people who knew him. He had a lot of people whose lives he impacted and whose lives he touched.
Friends found McCune's body in a creek bed Sunday afternoon. Sarpy County deputies are still investigating how he died.
New here at 6, we've learned the Iowa priest with a history of sexually abusing boys moved out of his retirement home. The Diocese of Sioux City says Jerome Coyle is no longer at the Marion home in Fort Dodge, but we don't know where he went. Earlier this week, Omaha's news leader brought you the story about the church's 30-year cover-up of Coyle's abuse. Back in 1986, Coyle admitted he victimized approximately 50 boys over 20 years.
To the weather now, you're going to want to take a jacket if you're headed out to any playoff football games tonight, and maybe an umbrella for tomorrow. Meteorologist Sean Everson is here to help you plan ahead. Sean?
Well, you're right, Alexandra. Tonight it's going to be a little bit chilly, but enjoy the few peaks of sunshine we have. We're just about to sunset, but we take a look to the west from 72nd